Alright, welcome back to a brand new video everyone, and let's watch a death ball. A little later than I usually does, simply because I was too busy with Spider-Man, didn't realize the episode was out. Enough about that. Today we have Gojo versus Makima, which is JujutsuKaisen versus ChainsawMan. Man, don't know these two franchises at all. I don't know the two characters at all. So I really don't know what to say about them. The only thing I could say is, yeah, absolutely nothing. I don't have anything to say about them. They are completely strangers to me. So, okay, I gotta make this more short. Let's just jump right into the analysis, shall we? Well, that might have been my shortest intro yet. Anyway, with that said, let's play. Let's see who these two characters are. Let's learn about them, see what they are, and then who's next, I guess.
Public safety. These two paranormal mentors are so strong that they change the very worlds they exist in. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, let's go.
Japan, December 7th, 1989. Satoru Gojo was born, and the world changed. And in the world of JujutsuKaisen, invisible, cursed spirits born from
I can tell they're from anime. I can tell that much, but aside from that, I don't know them at all. Or, yeah, just don't know. They're very clearly anime based on their character design.
A sorcerer will learn to harness their cursed energy, or the spiritual manifestation of intense emotion. It's like Ki, but if Ki desperately needed therapy. With it, sorcerers can boost their physicality and perform devastating curse techniques. Anything from voodoo dolls to swapping places with mere claps. And lucky for humanity, Satoru Gojo's the best sensei a sorcerer could ask for. Gojo isn't just the best. He's
known as the I don't know that.
His very birth forced the strength of curses to
if my recording called that, but
like witnessing a world record get broken.
If you heard that dunk, you know what.
Shifted to match the might of Gojo's presence. As a kid, Gojo knew he was the shit. He mastered the art of the riz, the hoops, and the curse murdering, all alongside Suguru Geto, his sorcerer BFF. Together, they planned on changing Jujutsu society for the better. And if anyone could do it, Gojo could. Thanks to his bloodline, he got one of the most busted anime powers ever, Limitless. Limitless grants Gojo a nigh-perfect defense by actualizing the very concept of infinity. It creates an infinite space around himself, stopping anything coming his way.
So he can work with infinity.
Literally untouchable. Kind of. Gojo tailored Limitless to automatically detect an object's mass and velocity. As the difference between himself and an object decreases, Limitless halves the object's velocity. It's like Zeno's paradox. Think of it this way. If you're trying to get from point A to point B, first you gotta go halfway, then you gotta go another halfway, then another and another, and so on. With Limitless, you'll never arrive, just like my alimony payments. Hence, infinity.
Okay.
Yeah, it might sound complicated, but it basically creates a spatial force field around Gojo at all times. Techniques on this level would burn out other sorcerers in seconds. That's where Gojo's incredible 6 eyes come in. They let him see and near perfectly control cursed energy at the atomic level. So he'll basically never run out of juice in a fight. He isn't just built different, he was born different. 6 eyes and Limitless gave Gojo the power to manipulate
born
space
and
itself.
built different.
Gojo's lapse blue technique attracts and condenses space into singularity. With reversal red, Gojo does the opposite, repelling space. Think push and pull. But you may be asking, how does one accomplish this with cursed energy? With math! Curses! Exactly.
A lot of math, probably. Like a lot.
Negative, like with blue, but when multiplied by itself, negative curse energy becomes positive, creating red. Oh, strawberry and blueberry. So, what happens when you combine?
Yeah, I guess it's primarily is that strawberry and blueberries.
Grape 0. And by combining reversal red and lapse blue, Gojo creates hollow purple, an enormous ball of curse energy that literally applies the concept of zero to an opponent, crushing and repelling them into nothing. Gojo's a walking
okay, so it just basically erases them from existence then.
Even expanding
Since it turns them into nothing, or, something like that, that's what I understand.
Wounds, and he's constantly refreshing his brain with it 24/7 to keep up with all of this. Still, there's one technique that costs more cursed energy than anything else in a
sorcerer's repertoire.
Every sorcerer is born with an innate domain, a mental world shaped by their mind and heart.
Add cursed energy to it, and these domains can be manifested physically, a technique called domain expansion.
Every sorcerer worth their salt needs one, and you know damn well Gojo has the scariest, unlimited void. You get caught in this, your ass is grass.
Exposure to unlimited void overloads your consciousness with a stream of infinite information. A mere fifth of a second of exposure can leave a normal person in a vegetated state for months.
Too bad it requires so much energy you can only do it like once a day. Oh wait, except for Gojo, who has done it multiple times in a row. Thanks again, Six Eyes.
Quite frankly, Gojo was getting so strong that the axis of the Jujutsu world began to turn on him. Like the meta of a fighting game defined by one broken character, he defined the hierarchy of power in the sorcerer world. He alone was the honored one.
His mere presence can cause earthquakes. He outran
basically one of the most powerful characters in the
applied cursed energy within a microsecond.
Gojo has been repeatedly stated by many to be the strongest sorcerer there is.
That includes his ex-student Hikari, who can dodge lightning, or this little volcano-headed curse Jogo, the embodiment of humanity's fear of fire, who can bring down city-shattering meteors, and Gojo kicked his ass with zero effort.
But strength alone was not enough to fix his cursed world. When Geto rejected Jujutsu Society to forge his own justice, Gojo's philosophy changed. Instead of doing everything himself, he would teach a new generation of sorcerers to carry the torch when he could not.
It's all about setting an example. If it means a world where his companions can stand shoulder to shoulder as equals, who cares if he's gotta show off a bit?
We definitely seem to be capable of some stuff, but as of right now, I'm not sure how we could beat him. So, Makima, show me.
Dear God, Wiz, it's the end times! Run away!
Calm down, there's no reason to panic. It's just that in the world of Chainsaw Man, devils exist, and your fear makes them stronger. Never mind. Panic.
Remember that spider you shrieked at, or the last time you cut yourself dicing onions? Now the spider and knife devils are the monstrous products of your nightmares, and they hate you specifically.
The fearsome gun devil stood as the epitome of terror.
So, for my nightmare, that would be like a giant wasp or something.
But a group was formed to combat it and the other devils that plagued humanity. The Devil Hunters.
Live in Japan and get yourself a pesky zombie problem? It's time to call the 4th Division of the Public Safety Devil Extermination.
A government-funded devil hunter unit led by a stone-cold vixen, Makima.
She's dressed like Columbo with a blank stare and a sadistic streak. She's been in the game for a while and just found herself a new prize.
The union of man and pet devil dog, Denji, the Chainsaw Man. Upon meeting him, she gave him a choice.
Okay, it might be a bloody anime.
Or die by her hand
Just
as a devil.
Looking based on that chainsaw scene there.
Was set to teenage boy and Makima's hot. So in short order, Makima got a new pet.
Makima may seem terrifying at first, but she is a dog lover and a cinephile. Though you'd be ill-advised to mess with her.
Sure, for her position, you'd expect her to know how to defend herself. Martial arts here, swordplay there, but devil hunters like Makima
dog lover who knows how to defend herself.
Contracts with devils. A classic Faustian bargain. Give something of yourself. The devil gives you power.
She can call death upon anyone she chooses.
Oh, that looked brutal.
Ritual and even survive being shot through the head.
Because, as they say in the devil hunter world, you need your screws loose to live.
But she might have more than a few screws loose because, in actuality, Makima is a devil herself.
Gasp! There's no way this clearly evil character could be a villain in disguise.
The Japanese government has been keeping a close eye on
she
Makima
is, then I guess.
she was born. Rightfully so.
Villain in disguise.
Some F-tier scrub like the Bat or Leech devils. She's the control devil, embodying humanity's collective fear of the oppressor. In a way, she's even more terrifying than the gun devil.
Makima can exert absolute mental control over any creature she views as inferior to her, which is basically everyone. People, animals, even other devils become puppets under her command. She can even hijack their senses
so it's
to
like
listen and see whatever she wants.
The devil over all devils, like the master
faster,
devil or something like
the
that.
average person.
Plus, her metabolism lets her
guess.
slam down as many beers as she wants to. So, Makima, if you're into countlessly divorced alcoholic rednecks, you know who to call.
By drinking blood, she can heal her injuries, and her sense of smell is so potent that it can spot targets from over 300 miles away.
Not only can she control your mind, but your body too with telekinesis. She can mess up your internal organs or blow you away with finger guns. She doesn't shoot you with invisible bullets. She points at you and then a wound just happens out of nowhere. She controls
It's like
all
a
sorts
finger
of things
gun.
with these ghostly
But instead of being
chains
fake,
that
it's
stab her
actually
victims.
very real.
Once they're hooked, they're easier to control.
Makima has plenty of devils in her collection.
I guess they don't want to do
Massive
finger
Fox
gun
devil,
jokes
the
in that
future devil for
in that role of that
and a ton
anime.
of devils that exist
When accidentally
just to
shoot
stab
someone.
you.
But I'm definitely all about the blow shit up devil, the undead party devil, the flamethrower devil, and the unholy matrimony that's the angel devil, which will make you see God before you die.
After about the 20th time, seeing God gets kind of old. Anyway, like other devils, Makima
Okay.
can form contracts with people to give them power.
But unlike other
How many
devils,
times
her
have you seen
control
God there,
powers allow
Luis?
her to force people into contracts that
Should I
exclusively
be
benefit her.
concerned?
When she forced Japan's prime minister into a contract that states, and I quote, any attack made on her will be changed into appropriate illnesses or accidents among Japanese citizens.
What?
The verbiage of Makima's contract is worded specifically so that she quickly heals from any damage that is perceived to be an attack, transferring said damage to some poor random citizen of Japan.
Oh man.
Oh, that's not good.
Makima gets hit and whoops, guess you're wiping at the pearly gates.
With these abilities and contracts, Makima set out to create the world that she wanted. No more pain, no more war, no more bad movies. The world would be perfect. But she needed the Chainsaw Devil to do so, who just so happened to be living as Denji's heart.
Yep, that cute doggo is actually the Chainsaw Devil. Oh, talk about shitty luck, kid.
In the depths of
Yeah,
hell,
that is
Makima
kinda
watched
shitty
in
luck.
awe as the Chainsaw
I look like a
Devil
regular
literally
dog
ate
with
devils
a
and
chainsaw
eradicated
for
plagues
a
from existence.
sword or something,
Because
but-
of the Chainsaw Devil, in this world, concepts like nuclear bombs, HIV, and even Nazis do not exist.
He literally ate the concept of Nazis out of existence.
However, as Makima didn't see Denji or the Chainsaw Devil as beneath her, she could not directly control him. She needed to manipulate him. So she decided to build Denji up and then tear him down as cruelly as possible.
First, she murdered Denji's found family one by one.
Then she made Chainsaw Man into a public hero, stripping him of the power devils receive by being feared.
Oh, so she could control her precious Chainsaw Devil and make him press backspace on
Yeah,
anything
they're
she
really
would
hyping
like.
her up. If she
Telekinetic bangs shot the Chainsaw Devil
You know, I
out
thought
of
other
the
guy
world,
will
and
be
they
challenging
stalemated
the
Darkness
defeats,
Devil,
but
which
I
embodies
think she might be on a
humanity's
different level there.
greatest
Makima's stronger than devils like the Bomb Devil, who can easily blow up buildings, or the Typhoon Devil,
Excuse
which
me.
made city-spanning storms.
And while fighting the Gun Devil Fragment, this large behemoth moved over 300 miles in a few seconds.
She was pretty much unbeatable.
400.
The ultimate power can make it pretty lonely at the top.
Makima's quest may have been
That
to make the world a better
is
place through
slower.
domination, but the truth
Pretty
she
sure
was
they
never
said
willing to admit to
800 of the
herself
guy.
was
I
that
don't
she really
remember
wanted
the
to
speed or
understand
not,
human
but
emotion. After
that
all,
is a
you
huge
can't
difference.
Control someone and love them at the same time.
Too bad she never quite found the answer she was looking for when the Chainsaw Man defeated her once and for all by cutting her to pieces, cooking her into a 7-course feast, and fucking ate her?
Believe it or not, the love Makima tried to understand was her undoing. Despite the hell she put him through, Denji still loved Makima in his own way. So the act of devouring her was its own act of love and did not count as an attack, bypassing her immortality.
Completely batshit insane. That's
Dang.
Chainsaw Man for you. Who knows, Wiz?
Okay.
Eventually, the Control Devil will come back, though it won't be Makima.
While her path back to hell was paved with good intentions, in the world of devils, it's no surprise that Makima came so close to her ideal future.
Okay, now that might become interesting. Okay, Gojo, he seems to be interesting in itself, but I didn't feel like I got a whole lot of stuff on him that is contracted, at least not now. Yeah, I'm a little bit like... Anyway, Makima was a bit more interesting than I was ever to imagine. I mean, she definitely can't seem like... Okay, she can't be hurt if you're physically trying to hurt her. Her damage just could transfer to random Japanese citizens, which is kind of messed up. But it's also the fact that she also is very much the devil of all devils. So there's that. The bigger thing I have going for Gojo here will have to be the 800. which I was pretty sure was his power, you know, like, if I remember that correctly. Which is definitely a lot more impressive. I mean, he definitely has his own thing, I guess. But Makima with only 400 kind of feels like that alone might spell the end for her. But then again, Gojo is definitely going to try to hurt her probably in this type of, and Makima can counteract most of that, it seems like, as long as you know, unless you're trying to eat her act as a act of love, which is another side of being messed up, I guess. Anyway, but it's still, or being the side of messed up. That's what I meant. It's still, wow. Okay, Makima is going to win this one. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I feel very confident that Makima is going to be the winner here. I don't know. Gojo has things going for him too, I guess, but yeah, I think this guy have to go with Makima. Despite how interesting he might be, you know, being able to go far, defeat 2 characters, you know, saying, yeah, I think there was a whole, what do they call it, know the damage type of way, was that called? Ah, whatever. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go with who I think is going to win here now, and it's going to be Makima. Yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. So, Makima is going to win. Let's check if I'm right. And let's play.
Alright, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Yeah.
First, a couple of rules for a unique fight like this one.
We'll be considering curses and devils to be comparable beings to avoid arbitrary terminology in their power systems that might make this fight incompatible. We will also consider Gojo and Makima citizens of the same Japan to balance it out.
It's time for a death
Nice.
battle!
You heard it here first, I guess. Let's go. Let's see who wins. Oh wow, we're watching another death battle.
Love this part. Well, could have been some flicks right about now. But gotta kill you instead. Can't just let a curse do as they please.
Yeah, yeah.
No talking during the movie.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. No talking during the movie. Listen when you are in tears.
Curse technique lapse. Womp womp.
Yeah, he definitely had that thing going for him. That's basically the same as no damage. So, but this whole thing, you know, I still feel like Makima has this one. I don't feel like there's a whole lot of shit he can do to comprehend her, but at the same time, it could be the same all the way around.
Confident, strong, and idiotic. We'll be sure to write it on your tombstone. Calm.
Gonna burn him now.
I hope we don't kill you too quickly.
That should be good, since you're so weak.
Bang.
The finger bangs. Bang, bang.
Bang! Bang! Bang!
Definitely a brutal death battle, that's for sure.
Now,
There's a lot of blood there.
be a good boy and play dead.
Should I bark too? I'm getting really tired of your pets. Domain expansion. Unlimited void.
Yeah, I'm very unsure about this end actually.
Throughout heaven and earth,
I mean,
I alone am the honored one.
I guess it's still in Makima and they can change that, but this really can't go either way, this depot. What's wrong?
That place is offering discounted tickets or too soon? Yeah, I'll order online.
Gojo and Makima were complicated to compare. On the surface level, Gojo had a lot going for him.
It's no surprise, given that his reputation in Jujutsu Kaisen is that of its pinnacle. At least it was.
First of all, it's unlikely Makima would see Gojo as inferior to her, in a similar way to how she saw Denji. So she wouldn't be able to immediately control Gojo.
Gojo's birth caused a giant shift in the world of curses. Plenty of people have recognized that after only seeing him once. Being better than everyone is literally Gojo's thing.
Plus, Gojo automatically refreshes his brain with positive cursed energy 24/7. Even if Makima could control him, it wouldn't last very long.
Gojo was obviously stronger too. The best feat we can compare Makima to is the Typhoon Devil's Storms. But that's nothing compared to the meteor created by Jogo, who is leagues below Gojo in strength.
However, considering she reacted
Yeah, I
to the
remember
Gundam
that part.
fragment, Makima would actually
Yes,
be a
some
bit
of us
faster,
felt
though
like
she
Makima
would need
could
to be
have
able
this
to get
one, but
past Limitless for
I don't
her
know.
speed to matter.
Makima had more devils
This
than
was
you
a
can
tough
shake your finger
battle
at,
to,
but most were rendered
you know,
moot against Limitless. Knives,
decide.
fire bombs,
Anyway,
zombies,
so
it's all stuff Gojo's
she's like
dealt
the
with
was
before,
kind of
and
perfectly
with
matched in
zero
many
issues.
ways.
And Gojo could easily wipe out her demonic crowd with red and blue whenever he wanted to.
The future devil could clue her in on anything nasty coming her way, but that wouldn't last forever. Plus, with Gojo's 6 eyes and teleportation, she had zero opportunities to break away and set up her instant kill moves.
But Gojo would obviously lose if he couldn't permanently kill Makima. Six Eyes couldn't inform him of Makima's contract with the Prime Minister, and eventually one of Gojo's attacks could cause his death instead, even if it took a while.
And Makima did have a way past Limitless with her finger guns. Makima could land attacks directly on Gojo's body, meaning there's no projectile for Limitless to detect and infinitely slow down.
Though when they did land, Gojo's healing ensured that he repaired his body quickly.
On the flip side, Makima didn't have a counter to Gojo's domain expansion. Unlimited Void overloads its target with unlimited information. It's not really an attack.
You could call it an attack on the senses, but even if she could transfer it to other Japanese citizens, she still could not escape an infinite amount of information.
We can compare this to the Doll Devil, who was defeated by a technique similar to Unlimited Void.
Despite being able to transfer her mind across a large number of hosts, the Doll Devil was still trying to transfer infinite information across finite people. Even with all of Japan as mental meat shields, Makima would still be overwhelmed.
Wait, doesn't that mean Gojo just unintentionally killed basically everyone in Japan?
Don't think about it. Regardless, Gojo is immune to his own unlimited
I
void, so
guess
he
it
was still
probably did.
unaffected.
Good for
Yeah,
him.
I
The moment
probably
Unlimited
over.
Void
You
ended, Makima
most
would be
definitely
stuck,
did.
holding her up for a
You
good
most
old
definitely
hollow
did
purple.
kill
Her contract
everyone in
isn't perfect.
Japan.
Makima only ever
Just for his
regenerated
step
as
out.
long as there was some mass to come back from.
But Hollow Purple disintegrates anything it touches to zero. Literally. There's no way she was regenerating from that.
Sure, control as a concept will always exist, but a reincarnation of the Control Devil isn't Makima. This was one of the craziest fights we've ever had. However, with Gojo's raw power, broken counters, and unbelievably busted Limitless, Makima lost control over this fight.
Makima thought she had Gojo by the ball and chain, but in the end, she was left hollow.
The winner is Satoru Gojo.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks for watching, and hey, are you a Death Battle member? We've got a ballot going on right now where members get to choose a matchup for the next season. So click that join button and jump into our Champions Discord.
Well, let's see who's next then. Okay, this is Halloween team. Oh my gosh, is it? Yeah! Oh my gosh, I know these two characters, I know them! I probably didn't even know we wanted. And here it's coming. Okay, let's start with this one first, shall we? So this one, the analysis. Let's start with that one. It was alright. Yeah, I guess everyone will say it was alright. It's just the fact that, you know, I remember the whole 800 versus 400 thing, and I still kind of went with Makima. But it does show that the end analysis there, you know, let's say that everyone could have won, you know, it could have been a mood, and Either one of Makima could have been the one to kill Gojo instead. So yeah, this death off really could have gone either way, despite the big difference between 800 and 400. You know, I was going with Makima. I was wrong. Maybe if I took some more time, I would have changed my answer, but no. Something tells me it's not. You know, basically the fact that we was talking about his analysis, I felt like he was the one to win this one. And then they go with Makima, and then someone seemed to overhype her. They had done this before, where they hyped up the second character, and then they lose. Should have expected that. Anyway, with that said, I did enjoy the analysis. The battle stuff was also fine. Even for a 2D battle, you know, in the pixelated art style like we have there today. I don't want to say it was the best, but I did enjoy it nonetheless. But not even close to probably many of the other battles. That's probably because this is two anime I have never watched, so I have no connection to either of these two characters. Will I watch them after I see this battle? Yeah, probably not. But get to know what I'm getting myself into, at least. Demons and devils and master of all masters and whatever you want to call it. So yeah, okay, this battle was fine. It was an average battle, I guess. Not one of my favorites, but I'm happy for you, the people out there that did enjoy it much more than I did. Or if you hated it, then yeah, that's fine too, I guess. But for the next time, oh, I know these two characters! It's Scooby-Doo versus Courage the Cowardly Dog. I watched so much of these two shows growing up, and yeah, I haven't seen them in years now though, but they are still very much part of my childhood. Scooby-Doo with the Mystery Gang, you know, rawr. And you know, the fact that I've seen Scooby-Doo 1, I've seen 2, I've seen the one with the anime, well, at least more, yeah, I want to say 2 of the anime ones actually. I feel like there's at least 2 anime ones before the Scooby movie. I don't seen that one though, but I saw one with what was his name again? If I remember it, I tried to pop it up somewhere in one of the sides there. But it's a Scooby-Doo movie, but then a lot of snow in it, and ice cave, and dynamites, and I lost the village. I have to leave because of the Bomb and the Snowman, I think it was called. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff out there. I mean, a lot in the Scooby-Doo franchise, and I've seen a lot of the episodes. I haven't really seen much of the recent ones. I feel like there's a show that's still going on, or a reboot probably out there, but I haven't seen anything from that, so I can't say anything from that. Now, on to Courage the Cowardly Dog. That's also an interesting show. I did enjoy that one too. That's a really good show. If you've not seen it, I highly recommend you checking it out. Because I watched that show as much as possible too. Every time it was on Cartoon Network, yeah, I think it was Cartoon Network, I did watch it pretty much every time. So this is a show I really love. And even though they're both cowards, you know, they both can get through with their mysteries and stuff in one way or another. Yeah, they are. Well, I guess you can't I guess you can't call them cowards technically, because they do still manage to get mystery solved in some way. Sometimes by them itself. So, especially in the case of Shaggy and Scooby. Anyway, so this is gonna be an interesting battle to see though. Who do I want to see win? I don't know. I love these two characters, but I love both of them. I can't see any of them. I don't want to see any of them die. I don't want to see any of them lose. But I feel like as of right now, I wanna go with Scooby. But it's I don't know. This just something tells me that Scooby might have that one. But then again, I haven't actually seen the two shows in a while, and then probably a reboot of at least one of the shows, maybe both, that I don't know about and not seen. So, or probably a lot of episodes I haven't seen too, which dives into more stuff that I don't know about. So it's definitely it's gonna be interesting though. It's going to be an interesting battle, that's for sure. That one comes out November 6th, so there's not really a Halloween episode. You know, well, technically I guess we can count that just as Halloween one, because in late Halloween one, just because Scooby-Doo tends to do with a whole lot of mysteries, and there's a lot of supernatural things going on in Coverage world, so it's definitely, yeah, you can, I guess you can count it as a late Halloween episode. I probably will. I hope it's gonna be good. In a way, I kinda wanna see this one hand-drawn 2D, you know, like they did with Samurai Jack versus Afro Samurai, I think it was called. Maybe in the same style as that one, but I will probably see it in the pixel art. I think that's what we will see. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see who is going to be the winner here for those two characters. But we will be back to that. Let's see, November 6th. Hopefully the same day for me. I won't be busy with Spider-Man though, when that the game releases. But then I've sure completed the game. I'm coming pretty far into the game now. The game is still giving me so much. It's like, it's hard to let go of the game. So I haven't even tried Mario Wonder yet. I need to get through Spider-Man first. But with that said, I hope you guys did enjoy this reaction video. Let me know what you thought about this episode by posting down in the comments below. Do you like the episode? Do you not like the episode? Link to the original is also down below, as always. Probably popped up in the corner in the beginning of the video as well. Or is it down in the bio now? I feel like that might have. I feel like it can be moved to the bio now. So when you click on that the circle thingy in the corner, it doesn't go give you an extra bar on the video anymore, as far as I've seen. So with that said, I hope you guys did enjoy the episode and my reaction, and I see you guys next time, because that one is going to be much more up my alley, I can feel, just because it's two characters I know and love. That said, let's get over with it. I was about to say, but I can't do that yet. So let's instead end this video. I'm gonna edit it, I'm gonna get it out as soon as I can. And with that said, I think it's over. Minishit243 signing out, and happy Halloween, everyone.